wheeling and dealing already today, and now the Blue Jackets will finally pick 21st overall. This is the latest the Blue Jackets have ever picked in the NHL draft. In fact, this is the first time they haven't sat in the first 2 rows of the draft. The way the draft tables are aligned is by finish. So if you finish last in the league, you are in the first row on the left as we look at it. If you won the Stanley Cup, you're in the back row on the right. And so Columbus a lot further back, and quite happy to be so after making the playoffs for the first time this year. And there is Scott Howson, their general manager, on the right.
Well, they could really use a big center to play with Rick Nash, but the draft doesn't work that way. You don't get the draft in here, especially at this point of the draft, and drop him into your lineup and play with a superstar winger like Rick Nash. The best player by consensus with the scouts available is Chicago Steel defenseman John Moore.
And of course, of note in Columbus is that next week on July the 1st, the Blue Jackets can begin negotiating an extension with Rick Nash. And that's a pivotal time in franchise history. And making the playoffs this year was a huge step for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Coach Ken Hitchcock and, of course, their GM, Scott Howson.
Paul Castron, their chief scout, leading the way up to the podium.
Next pick, by the way, belongs to the Vancouver Canucks. So, Canuck fans, you've had to wait a little while, but it won't be long now. Columbus will make the selection.
On behalf of the Columbus Blue Jackets, we'd like to thank the great people of Montreal for their hospitality. And congratulations to Ray Shero and the Pittsburgh Penguins. And a special hello to the people at Nationwide Arena watching the draft. And the Columbus Blue Jackets are proud to select from the USHL, John Moore.
Nice job. Mobility, size. Going to Colorado College right now. Tremendous kid, poised under fire. He's not that far away, Bob, just because of his skating ability. He is very close to being a player in the league.
Oh, that's right. Last time his father was here in Montreal was 42 years ago for Expo 67. It's the only other time he ever visited Montreal. So they're getting a good look at the city this time around.
It's changed a little since then.
Yes, it has, in fact. And you're right, Pierre. It's 50-50 as to whether he's going to Colorado College. He said he would certainly heed any wishes that the NHL team that drafts him may have. But he is an offensive-minded defenseman, one of the very best skaters available in this draft. Likes to go, draws some similarities to Mike Green in that he's got a good shot and he loves to follow up the play and make plays and try to score goals. The Kitchener Rangers of the Ontario Hockey League own his junior hockey rights, so we'll see from where that may go.
So Columbus makes a late pick, and that's welcome news in Blue Jacket country after years of picking high after playoff misses.
Played his minor hockey with the Chicago Mission in the Chicago area. 14 goals, 39 points. Those are good numbers in the United States Hockey League. Place where it's not particularly easy to score goals. And about half his points came on the power play, and that's where he does a lot of his damage. So
now the next 2 picks belong to the Vancouver Canucks and the Calgary Flames. The Flames moved down from 20 to 23. And Anaheim, by the way, picking up a second-round pick from Columbus as the Blue Jackets are able to move up and get John Moore. And you can bet the Blue Jackets are saying what a lot of teams say at this point in the draft. We couldn't believe he was still available.
And you know what? I can't believe he was still available. But when you look at the young core of talent that they have right now, Bob's already talked about Rick Nash. But when you think about Jakub Voracek, when you think about Fedor Tutin, you think about Derek Brassard, you think about the young players that they have on the line right now in Columbus, they're building something really, really strong right now.
All right. And we're getting set for the next 2 picks. Here is James Duffy.
All right. And barring a trade